like, yes, this is the place for me. Hi, I'm Evan. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and visiting my channel. In this video, I will be telling you all the things that I've experienced and learned within my 1 month of living in the UAE. So, I've been here a month, 30 days. It's been awesome. It's been glorious. It's a blessing. Let me just calm down, because every time I make a video, I hear from my family and friends that you sound like you're trying to sell something. It's just because I have so much that I want to say, and in my mind I'm thinking, oh, don't leave this out, and then it comes off as me sounding like a robot. But that's why I wrote everything down. So let me grab my handy dandy notebook so I can tell you all the things, all the important things that I've noticed within my 1 month of living here. So let's talk about food. All the places that I enjoy in the US, all the restaurants that I have, or not restaurants really, fast food. All the fast food that I enjoy in the US, they have here. So I've been eating a lot of Subway. They have Church's Chicken, which I haven't tried yet, but it's not called Church's Chicken. They have Pizza Hut, KFC. I've tried KFC, but it is not the original recipe. They don't do the spices or whatever. It's different. And all chicken here is different. All fast food chicken here is different. All restaurant chicken is different. I haven't had any like crispy fried chicken. It's all like soft. Not slimy, but just like the skin of the chicken is just soft, which is weird. Arabic food. Now, Arabic food looks disgusting. It looks just blah, like mush, but it is so good, okay? It's so good. It has all these different flavors and spices and just good, okay? I'll put a clip in here of the food that my school had catered for breakfast. It really wasn't breakfast, because I kept asking, like, is this really what y'all eat for breakfast? And they were like, no, blah, 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 sometimes. So I don't know. It just did not seem like breakfast food to me. You will see some hummus. I love hummus. I tried to go out and buy hummus because I was like, this is the place where I would get the best hummus. But in grocery stores, hummus is sold in a can. And I was just like, no, I don't want it in a can. This is nasty. I end up not getting hummus from the grocery store because they only sell it in a can. I kept asking, like, no, where's the hummus, you know, with a little salsa in the middle? They looked at me like, what you talk about? So I think that's just because, you know, people here make their own hummus. I will be eating a lot. I mean, not eating a lot. Of course I'm eating a lot. I eat out a lot, and that's because delivery here is free. So when I order Subway, I'll get a 6-inch sub for 18 dirhams. 18 dirhams is about $5. They deliver it for free within like 15 minutes. And that's everywhere. Like, every restaurant has free delivery, which is extremely great. You don't have to stand in line anymore. You don't have to deal with other customers anymore. They just bring it straight to your apartment. But of course, I feel like this is a luxury, so I tip the delivery man anyway, just to be nice. Chocolate. This is why I feel like this is the place for me. Okay, this is why God was like,
you know what, Evan, I'm gonna place you right here. I've been trying to place you right here. I know you, girl. Here you go. Let me just drop you.
Because chocolate. Chocolate is a big thing here. Chocolate is the thing here. I'm a chocolate lover. If you don't like chocolate, I'm just like, You're an alien. Who are you? Who does not like chocolate? The gift to give a teacher is chocolate. Chocolate. That's what they say. Parents will go to one of the million chocolate shops here and they will buy teachers these extravagant boxes of chocolate, or for administrators, they buy mounds of chocolate. I have not had a mound of chocolate yet, but I pray that one of my loving parents gets me a mound of chocolate. It's literally like $200 to $300. I don't know what that is in dirhams yet, but they glue, or the chocolate shop glues these individually wrapped pieces of chocolate on a heel. Oh, and let me tell you, each piece of chocolate that I've had, because I've had a lot of chocolate, I've just, chocolate is my thing, okay? So I've been taste testing. Each piece of chocolate is good. Like, you know how you get that box of chocolate?
Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
Ooh, that was a bad one first time. Let me do another.
Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, it's not like that here. You know what you're gonna get. You know that you're gonna get a good piece of chocolate, okay? There's no orange filling, there's no strawberry filling. It's all Crispies or like caramel or not peanut butter, but like nuts, or like, I don't think they do peanut butter here, but goodness, just goodness in every piece of chocolate. And that's why I'm like, yes, this is the place for me. Okay? Chocolate is a big thing. Let me tell you what's not okay with the food here. And this was a big thing for me because I love wine. And I love enjoying, the everyday 1 to 5 glasses. But when I went to buy my own wine, there were these different flags of the countries that the wine came from. And I asked the store man, I said, hey, do you have any US wine? He said, of course we have US wine. We love America. Took me to the wine, and what he showed me was Barefoot wine. And if you know anything about wine, you know that Barefoot is the cheapest wine that you can get. They legit sell it at gas stations. I was kind of hurt that the US was represented in such a disgusting way. And that's everywhere. You go to a restaurant, you ask for some red wine, they offer you Barefoot. Barefoot legit gives me a headache. So I have to find a new red wine here. I think there's one wine from Australia that I like. But yeah, that just really hurt me. Let's talk about my finances. This is my favorite part to talk about. The US dollar holds more weight here. One US dollar is about $3.67. So 100 US dollars is about $367 or $350, depending on what the rate is. It usually goes between 3.5 to 3.6. And what you can do is you take your amount of dirhams divided by 3.5 or 3.6, and you come up with what your US dollar is. I take a lot of taxis. I don't have a car yet. I have a car in the US, but I'm not sending it down here. That would be too much money. That's like buying a whole other car. And so I'm just gonna keep taking taxis. For me to go from my apartment to a store, to a grocery store, and back to my apartment is about 30 dirhams or $8. Very feasible. People here drive extremely crazy. They will go bumper to bumper, they pass you. There really aren't any laws other than don't wreck. So I will continue riding a taxi. I thought about getting a bike, but with the American dollar weighing so much, I'm going to travel more. I have money to travel now, which is extremely amazing, such a blessing. So some of the places that I want to travel to, and I will tell you, like the airfare, the flights are, feasible for me. France, $518 round trip. Africa, one of the places was $738 round trip. New Zealand was a bit more expensive. That was $1,500. Morocco, less than $1,000. Egypt, definitely less than $1,000. So stay tuned for more traveling videos. That's what I will be doing with my money. So now to the reason why I'm here. My school, my career. Some big changes, some things that I'm definitely not used to. My school loves me. My school appreciates me. The parents love me. They hear my ideas. People do not see me as a black teacher here. They see me as an educator. They listen to everything I have to say. They don't, combat my intelligence or try to see how intelligent I am. There's no mind game. They respect me as an educator here. They want to learn from US teachers. They love Americans. They want to learn our strategies and what we've been doing in the classrooms. Teachers here have breaks. So I have lots of breaks throughout the day. I have about 2 or 3 breaks depending on the day. And during my breaks, there are no meetings. No administrators want to hold meetings during their breaks because each teacher has different breaks at different times. The only meeting that I have is on Tuesday, and that's scheduled with my grade level. So that's awesome because every time that you have a break as a teacher, someone's calling you to their office in the US. And I'll just tell you what on Monday I do. So every day either starts with English or math. So on Monday I have English, a second period of English. Then they'll have their breakfast break where they go to the canteen. They come back, we'll have math. They have Arabic, and then Islamic. Then they'll have lunch. Then they'll have English, then science, then English. And every day ends with English. So it's nice. I'm able to leave the room. I'm able to plan for my next lesson. I'm able to just walk around, take a breather, I just really appreciate it. The best thing about my school is kindergarten through 2nd grade have teacher assistants. I have never had a teacher assistant in my life. I've never had an assistant in my life. So this is a blessing in itself. This lady helps me tremendously. She makes sure that my copies are done. She staples, she organizes, she cleans. She helps me with centers. She checks backpacks for signed papers. And the things that took a lot of my time at school don't take my time anymore. It's her job. As a teacher, I'm able to teach. All of my teaching time is used for specifically teaching. And I appreciate that so much. I tried to get her a gift at the beginning of the year and she returned it and said, no, I can't accept this. I said, you can, because you are helping me tremendously already. With the beginning of the year, for US teachers that spent sorting, making labels, taking out workbooks. She did all of that for me. She did all of that, And I was left to be able to assess my children, read, figure out their reading levels and math levels, and just a lot of time that I didn't have in the US. A lot of time that I'm able to teach and assess. I just love it. We did have some conflict in the beginning where in the past she was used as a nanny. And she tried to tell me, no, I can't do that. I'm supposed to be a nanny for the children. I said, no, we're not doing a nanny. I told her, I don't even like that word. They use that word too much here. A lot of these children have nannies at home that are basically they basically do whatever the child wants them to do, and so that they won't be fired. That's not cool. That's not what my children need. That's not what they're gonna get in my classroom. I'm not here to give you whatever you want. I'm here to teach you. So I told her independence is a skill in the 1st grade that they are going to learn this year. So do not wipe any more noses. Lunch, all the children bring their own lunches. They also bring Durhams to buy lunch but the lunch that they buy is like small things. Like they'll have chicken tenders, fries, little things that they can pick up easily. And another great thing, there is a printer and lamination man. He has his own room. I print off one copy of what I want. He makes copies for my entire class. He laminates for my entire class, and he delivers it to me. So it's just one less thing that I have to worry about in my teaching day. I'm enjoying myself. I'm able to enjoy myself freely. There is 0% crime. There is 0% crime.
There is 0% crime.
I don't think that you all understand that. So if you're living in a place with 0% crime, you can do and live freely. I walk everywhere. I feel safe here. A lot of people here are here to work. So if they ever get a report against them, they can be deported, and that stops the money that they send to their families, because that's what they're doing. They work, they send money home to their families. So no one wants to deal with that. Everyone here is very nice, very accommodating. I've been apologized to by men a lot. So men that work in my apartment or in my school, if they're ever in my space, they apologize. So let me give you an example. I walked in my apartment at home after school, and there was a man working in the ceilings. And I said, "Hi, are you working? How much longer?" He quickly packed up his things and left. And I knew that he didn't know English because he didn't say anything, he didn't respond. So about 10-15 minutes later, there was a knock on my door. He returned with a man that spoke English, and he said he just wanted to apologize. He didn't mean to be in your space without your permission. He was just working on the blah, blah, blah. I said, "No, I understand. It's okay. Thank you for fixing it." And that, I've had lots of instances like that because they don't want any confusion as to what they're doing. And of course, my bedroom was locked. He was just working on, I think, the AC in here or the hot water, something that needed to be worked on. So I just really appreciate that. I feel like a lot of things on the internet are wrong, or they've just, some people had negative experiences, and so those negative experiences overshadow the good, the positivity that this place is giving me. What else? Oh, people do stare. People do stare, but I got stared at when I was in the US. I'm a beautiful black woman. People are gonna stare at me. So I ignore it. Sometimes people stare a little bit too hard, and you really have to give them this stank face like, "Ew, what are you doing? Never in my life would I ever consider dating you or talking to you." But that's only with extreme cases. Like, I was in the supermarket, and this man followed me on every aisle, and he was just staring into my soul. So I was like, okay, now it's not a "you're in my line of view" case. So this is the face I gave him.
Oh my God!
And it stopped. You really just have to be very abrasive. One time there was a man working in my classroom, and I was just carrying on conversation with him. Like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah." And as the conversation went on, I could tell that he was flirting with me. He asked me, "Where are you from?" I said, "America." He said, "Oh, okay. Your president, Trump." I said, "Yeah." He asked me, "So, how much money do you make?" I said, "Really? That's not an appropriate question. I'm not telling you how much money I make." And he just looked like, "Why?" So then he asked me, "You have a car?" I said, "No, I don't have a car. I take taxis." He said, "Let me get your number." I said, "No, you're not getting my number." He said, "Why? I have a car. I can drive you." I said, "No, I'll just take taxis." So I told one of my coworkers about this, encounter, And she was like, you really have to be upfront with people here. A lot of people from foreign countries, they're not used to women talking to them or speaking to them or even looking at them or holding conversations. So with you talking to him, his initial thought was, oh, she's flirting with me. Even though that's not what it was. It's just all different. It's a learning experience. I think that's all that I have to share with you all. Walking in the sand is hard. The weather is hot, but not so hot. I'm from Alabama, so it's really like Alabama weather. In the morning, it was a little chilly, just a little cool, and I put on a sweater. And so when I went to school, I had about 3 children that had on these deep, thick winter jackets, like even with the fur around the hood. And I'm like, baby, no, it is not that cold. Thank you for watching. I hope that you are enjoying my videos. I hope that I'm sharing something with somebody. And I plan on recording. Even if y'all aren't watching, I plan on recording just for myself so that I can remember my journey. And yeah, so I'm loving the UAE. I'm having a wonderful time. My experience is great. This is truly a blessing. I know that this is nothing but God. I acknowledge that. I love the space that I'm in. I love the journey that I'm taking. And if you're following my journey and you want to continue following my journey, go ahead and like this video, share with all of your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.